Let's turn these very cool HEXBUGs into mashups using the fantastic Pez toy. Later on, there's an epic battle of the franchise, but first, let's learn how to do the simple modification, because we all love a good mashup. I'm always impressed with the Pez toys as they are well detailed and sold at tiny prices. There's also a huge variety of them. I'll be modding some Thomas and Friends characters to the HEXBUGs. Where I live, HEXBUGs sell for around $12. Considering their tiny size, this seems like a big price. There's also knockoff variants of these toys which sell in $2 shops for $5. When looking at real versus clone HEXBUG, it seems the differences are cosmetic, although I do have a hunch the real HEXBUG is a far superior toy. If you've had experience with these clones, let me know what you think of them. Because we live in a crazy mixed up world, I need to put this title up. Well, I'm going to show you how simple this is to do, to add a little bug to this Pez, and the Pez Thomas series are possibly perfectly suited for this little modification. And I'll show you explicitly how it's done. Very, very simple. First off, we get a screwdriver and you push that pin in there, and that will remove the candy dispenser. I don't know what you can do with that. I suppose kids make guns out of those these days. Oops, you didn't learn that from me. Well, in my hand are two crazy robotic bugs. This one here is real McCoy. This one here is a cheap and nasty imitation. Because we want to be doing the right thing here at Leo Kim Video, I'm going to give this cheap and nasty one the flick. And I'm going to build a little Pez Thomas nano bug with this one. And if you can, try and find a blue one, so it goes with Thomas's blue, and of course Percy's green, so if you're doing Percy, use a green one. What I found on these Pez was these bugs are just the right size to fit between the wheels. But we're going to have to get rid of that tail there, and maybe do a little bit of filing inside to get the rear end to fit really snug. I found there's no need to glue anything. This is a really simple modification. There's a number of ways to get rid of this little tail on the back of a Pez. I've showed you the filet other times. You can actually use a pair of pliers, just drift it backwards and forwards, and it'll eventually just snap off. If you're a lazy person like I am, just removing that rear tail is all you need to do. The bug is a great interference fit between the wheels, and you'll see there's an interference going on there with that little bit of plastic that carries the lolly dispenser. It will work like this, but let's go in and tidy it up and make it fit even better. I'm going to put Pez Thomas into a vise, so I like using that tape, which is low tack. So when I say low tack, it doesn't stick very well to anything. People who are doing painting and decorating would use this sort of tape. I'm not going to mention a brand name. It's a little bit more expensive for a very good reason, but it's going to save Thomas from getting scratched when I go to put him in a vise. Well, here we are looking at an inverted Thomas. I'm going to come in and file a little bit of this plastic away on either side, and I'm also going to file and tidy up the tail. And I dare say, as I've said so many times before, this Pez plastic is really soft and easy to file away. I'm going to come in and remove a little bit of plastic on the side there. Not all of it, just a little bit. It's where the lolly dispenser pivots from. I'm not taking it all away, just a little bit. And I'll turn it round and do the same work on the other side. Well, here we are looking at the back of Thomas, and you can see the plastic that I've removed. If I do a quick fit of a bug, there's a big difference to the way it feels going in. The resistance at the back has been reduced a lot. It tends to sit down a lot nicer onto the bug. And that's about all you need to do for this very simple modification. What I found works best is if you have the bulk of the weight on this bug residing above these legs. If I sit it too far back, what happens, Thomas tends to run around nose down. So it's got to be a bit like that to make this little modification work. So there's a Percy that I've done, noticing the little robot underneath is green, and it's the same amount of work done at the back as there is done to Thomas. And here's James, and I picked a red bug for him. If we go up the back, I've removed that piece of plastic in the middle and a little bit of filing on either side, but more importantly on the front, I've had to remove some plastic there and you'll see why, so that little bug can slide up in between the wheels. And he looks pretty good, and I can tell you he's a very good runner. And here's Toby, and I've picked purple for him. I couldn't find a brown nano bug. Up the back, same. Plastic in the middle is gone, a little bit of filing up each side. But like James, I've had to remove part of his skirt so that the little bug has somewhere to reside at the front. Nice snug fit, and he's a lovely runner as well. And I know everyone will be asking, well, Leo, show us another Pez. Well, I've picked off R2D2. He would be super popular. And I've used one of the copy bugs here. This is the first one, so it's a little bit rough and ready. I've taken away some plastic at the front. There's a bit of work to making him fit here. Up the back, the tail is gone, and a little bit of filing up each side as well. And it's a nice snug interference fit, like it really is. In there tight, there's no need for gluing, and that just keeps it simple stupid.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to have a battle arena with these Nano Pez toys. First up, fighting it out in the ring will be the Thomas and Friends characters. Will Percy, James and Toby gang up against the high-flying Thomas tank and let him kiss the dirt? Oh, this is a nasty bunch of characters. They're playing real dirty, and they're after Thomas. Look at the way Percy's manoeuvring. Oh, they're catching up. Oh, Thomas is down. He's down for the count. He's down. Look at James, Percy and Toby scurry away. But can Thomas get back up on his feet and regain his composure in the ring? He's a fighter, and he'll be trying to exact revenge on the others. Oh no, James is down, and he's out of the ring. James is down, and he looks like he's in a bad shape. James is back up, and the fighting intensifies as these engines get around. And oh no, look at the pinch going on here. Toby's being hammered by the others. Looks like they're boxing in the old man of the ring. This is devastating. How can this be allowed? Looks like they've regrouped and they're going around again. Oh no, James is down again. I can't believe this. James, down for a second count. Oh, this is unheard of. What's going on? And who's this? Some Star Wars character? R2D2? What are you doing here? Get out of the ring. You're no match for these other guys. They're going to hammer you. This has become Fight of the Franchise. Can the Thomas Empire strike back? Or can R2D2 bust some buffers? Oh, they're doing the rounds. And look at the gang. Oh, this doesn't look good for R2. He's struggling. He's on his side. He's about to keel over. Oh no! Toby! Toby's over. He's down. Toby's over and he's struggling. He's shaking. Oh no! But look at R2. Looks like he's been struck down with Attack of the Clone HEXBUG. May the force be with you. You should have stayed with a licensed product. Oh, the gang. They're chasing R2. They want revenge for their boxed friend who's still on his side and struggling. But R2, he's done a runner. He's going cross-ring. Look at the Thomas crew. They're boxing R2 in. They want to return him to scrap metal. Oh no! Percy! Percy is down. Toby is down as well. This is utterly devastating. Thomas and James are trying to round up R2. It doesn't look good. I've never seen this before in this style of fighting, and it's too hard to call a winner, and I've got no idea who I can call an official winner. Is this the sort of toy that you'd like to see out on the streets? And I'm pretty sure instead of having a fighting mode going on, you could set up some sort of track and these little guys would chug along happily. And the cost of making these toys is around $15 each. And maybe some of you wondering, where did I get the idea or the concept for this? Well, let's reveal who thought of this.
You're looking at the person who was playing with the Nano Bug and the Pez Thomas together. He was watching the way my son played with the Nano Bug and the Pez Thomas, which gave me the idea of putting the two together. You gonna turn him on?
Due to a number of complaints, the screeching voice which says will be removed from future videos.
See that little PC? You push it in and pull that down, and that will remove the candy dispenser. Fail!